Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lecture of Human Resource Management from first unit. The topics which we are going to cover in this lecture are Human Resource Management Futuristic Vision, Role of HRD Management and Career Development. So before we start, let us have a look on a video based on Human Resource Futuristic Vision. Now let us start with the topic Human Resource Management Futuristic Vision. There should be a properly defined recruitment policy in the organization that should give its focus on professional aspects of merit-based selections. In every decision-making process, it will ultimately lead to sense of team spirit, teamwork, and inter-team collaboration. Opportunity and comprehensive framework should be provided for full expression of employee talents and potentialities. Networking skills of the organization should be developed internally and externally as well as horizontally and vertically. For performance appraisal, the employee's emphasis should be given to 360-degree feedback, which is based on the review by superiors, peers, subordinates, as well as the self-review. 360-degree feedback will further lead to increased focus on customer services, creating a highly involved workforce, decreased hierarchies, decreased hierarchies, avoiding discrimination and biases, and identifying performance entry. Now let us have a look into this diagram, which says that an interview is going on, and in the CV the interviewer is finding out the futuristic vision that where should an employee could be recruited and what should be the what should be the department where it has to be placed. So will it be able to get the future goals and objectives? So therefore, on the basis of that, the recruitment process is being done. More emphasis should be given to the total quality management. TQM will cover all employees at all levels. It will conform to the consumer's needs and expectation. It will ensure effective utilization of resources and will lead towards the continuous improvement in the all spheres and activities of the organization. There should be focus on job rotation so that vision and knowledge of the employees are broadened as well as potentialities of the employees are increased for future job prospects. For proper utilization of manpower in the organization, the concept of Six Sigma of improving productivity should be intermingled in HRM strategy. The capacities of the employees should be assessed through potential appraisal for performing new roles and responsibilities. It should not be confined to organizational aspects only, but the environmental changes of the political, economical, social consideration and should also be taken into account. With this respect, this advertisement we have shown wherein you have to see the organizational requirements also. According to the organizational requirements, we have been given such a vacancy for negotiator within having salaries 20,000 and not negotiable. It is written only because of we are looking for the perspective of organizational aspects, environmental changes, political, economical and social consideration too. So the career of the employee should be planned in such a way that individualizing process and socializing process come together for fusion process. Career planning should constitute the part of human resource planning. Therefore, we can conclude that HRM should be linked with the strategic goals and objectives in order to improve business performance and develop organization culture that foster innovation and flexibility. All the above futuristic vision coupled with strategic goals and objectives should be based on 3 H's of heart, head and hand. That is, we should feel by heart, think by head and implement by hand. Now let us see what are the roles of an HRD manpower or a manager. Human resource development is a planned and systematic framework for helping resources develop their personal and organizational skills, knowledge and abilities for current and future business requirements. Role of HRD manpower is continued by HRD covers opportunities like training and career planning, career development, coaching, succession planning, top talent identification, organizational development. Main functions of HRD in any organization are training and development, organizational development, career development. So role of HRD in employee career planning and development. Now main functions of HRD. An organization, the expectations is desired performance from the resources on similar line and length. The resources also expect career progression from the organization. Career development is a continuous process enabling a resource to progressively grow in the organization through various stages, each having new set of challenges and tasks to be delivered. Career planning involves assessing the capabilities and skills of the individual to chart out the realistic career plan. Career management is more to do with the enablement process. Numerous training, upskilling, talent acquisition and knowledge implementation related activities. Career management is a joint effort between the individual and HRD. Ability of an HRD and its efficiency is being able to retain the top talent through career progression in the key to success for an organization. So whole process of career development should not be done in isolation. Rather, it should be collaborative effort. People Capability Maturity Model, which is best known as PCMM, framework is being used for HRD function in many organizations for career development activities. Now we can conclude with that HRD plays a vital role in career development of the resources. Maturity of an organization can be measured through top talent retention, succession plan chartered out by the HRD function. Key steps in career development initiatives. A career development plan is totally different from the performance appraisal. Performance appraisal focuses on your superiors' perceptions of your contribution and your developmental needs over the course of past 6 months to a year. A career development plan is future focused and details what you as an employee would like to learn and contribute. A career development plans are not created in a vacuum. It is essential for employees to take into account departmental and organizational needs, objectives, and goals when creating with their career plans. Personal and professional growths are important factors for keeping your career moving in a direction which you are satisfied. Prior to the setting up a meeting to discuss your plans with your manager or supervisor, you need to engage in self-assessment so that you will be able to clearly define and articulate your goals and developmental needs. Career development planning is for individual as well as the organization. Career development planning procedure are always based on what the organization needs, but they have to recognize that organization needs will be satisfied with individual needs and not neglected. Career development planning has to be concerned with management of diversity. Career development plan must recognize that members of the organization should receive recognition as an individual with unique needs, wants, and abilities. Individuals are more motivated by an organization that responds to their aspiration and needs. Individuals can grow, change, and seek new directions if they are given the right opportunities, encouragement, and guidance. Career development planning techniques. So first is personal development planning, second is training and management development, third is mentoring, fourth is career counseling. So career development planning procedure may cater for rising stars by fast tracking them, that is deliberately accelerating promotion and giving them opportunities to display and enlarge their talents. But these procedures should pay just as much, if not more, attention to those managers who are following the middle route of steady, albeit an unspectacular progression. Career counseling. Performance management processes should provide for counseling succession between the individuals and their managers. These sessions should give the former opportunity to discuss their aspirations and the later chance to comment on them helpfully and at later stage to put forward specific career development proposals to be fed into the overall career management programs. Personal development planning. Personal development planning is carried out by the individual with guidance, encouragement, and helping for their managers, HRM as required. A personal development plan set out the actions people purpose to take to learn and to develop themselves. They take responsibility for formulating and implementing the plan, but they receive support from the organization and their managers in doing so. The purpose is to provide the self-organized learning framework. Third is management development. The formal approaches to management development, which includes development of job through coaching, counseling, mentoring, and feedback by managers on a continuous basis, associated with the use of performance management processes to identify and satisfy development needs and with mentoring. Developing through work experience, which includes job rotation, job enlargement, taking part in the project teams or task groups, action learning of the organization. Now let us understand what is mentoring. Mentoring is the process of using specially selected and trained individuals to provide guidance and advice. Mentoring is aimed at complementing learning on the job. Now let us look into this graph which says the stages in career development. So there are 5 different stages in career development, which is graphed on x-axis it is stages in career development, and on y-axis it is performance. So there are 5 different stages in career development of any individual, which is exploration, establishment, mid-career, late career, and decline. So exploration is the stage where you are exploring for different types of job, hitting and trying your best suitable job. Once you find a best suitable job, you are here at the exploration stage, you have crossed. Now at the establishment stage, you are trying to finding your path to establishing into a new job. So you are increasing day by day in your performance. Therefore you lead to reach a mid career stage. In the mid career stage, there are 3 different stages. If you are not improving in your skills, abilities, and knowledge, then you will take a straight away path which leads to late career, and then after late career, when it ends, it moves on to the declining stage. Now, if we are progressive and we are developing our knowledge, skills, and abilities, it is quite possible that in the middle stage, mid career of your stage, you are definitely going higher and reaching the highest of your top of your expectations. But if you are not improving your skills, knowledge, and abilities, and you are not stagnant too, you are deteriorating in your skills, knowledge, and abilities, then therefore it is a downfall stage where you will be falling at the mid career stage only. So this is a career path, career developmental path, which each and everybody has to cross with this path. So if we know better at initial stages only, then we know where to explore, where to establish, where to reach a middle career, and then after how it would increase from mid career to the highest level. So the best part would be exploration, establishment, and after the mid career, you definitely have to increase your knowledge, capabilities, skills, abilities, so that to grow further after the mid career stage. So this comes to the end of the 4th lecture of Unit 1. Thank you and have a nice day.